Hello! Today we're going to discuss a literary device called theme in poetry. Alright, so what is a theme? A theme is defined as a main idea or an underlying meaning of a literary work. It could be stated directly or indirectly. Through themes, writers give readers an insight into how the world works. It gives them an understanding of how the writers view human life and experiences. Here are the common examples of themes. What we know of themes are very general themes, abstract notions um, about the things that we are experiencing. So, for example, love, courage, death, these are themes. However, there is a need to specify exactly what about the idea that the writer seems to portray in the text. So, for example, um, a work or a poetry could be a love poetry. However, there is a need for you to pinpoint exactly the opinion of the writer about love. Is it saying that love is beautiful? Or is it saying that love is destructive? So, based on the details of the poetry, you will be able to identify the thoughts or the opinion of the writer about this specific abstract notion or about the specific idea. Similarly, we have it's easy to identify very general theme like courage, right? However, you also need to identify exactly the stand of the work. How does it define courage? For example, you need to read the details and see if what it's saying is it saying that safe environment foster courage? That's one main idea. Or is it saying the opposite? Harsh circumstances make a person courageous. All right? So there is a need to specify exactly the stand of the work. And it is also possible that within one work or within one poetry, the writer is able to actually put in conflicting definitions of the theme of courage. And that's okay. As long as your reading is based on the details, specific details of the poetry, it is a valid and acceptable reading. Another common theme is death. However, we also need to be aware of how death is described in the poetry. Are the details there saying that death can be freeing? Or is it saying that death is hell? All right? So, to identify themes, it's not enough to just end at the very general abstract notions like love, courage, and death. You need to specify exactly what it is saying about that theme, about that abstract idea. A good rule of thumb is for you to put the main idea in 1 to 2 succinct sentences. Okay? One succinct sentence like love is beautiful. That's a good way of putting the theme of a poetry. Now, how do we identify the themes in poetry? They are presented through literary or poetic devices such as imagery, symbolism, alliteration, onomatopoeia, etc. Now, so that we would know exactly how this can be seen in poetry, here are some examples. So let's have one example, and this one is an extract from Langston Hughes' A Love Song for Lucinda. Love is a ripe plum. Taste it once, and the spell of its enchantment will never let you be. Obviously, this poetry is about love. The general theme is love. But what is the stand of this poetry about love? Actually, what I was able to identify is not just one but two main ideas from the theme. The first one is because it says Love is a ripe plum. Taste it once, and the spell of its enchantment will never let you be. You got the idea that love is irresistible, right? Love is something that you cannot fight against. Love is irresistible. However, the mention of enchantment also gives us an idea of, enchantment, bewitching, witches, and it doesn't witches don't have good positive connotation in our popular culture. So to a certain extent, it seems to say that love is bewitching if they can more than enough. It can it can make you feel that you are bewitched, right? Enchanted. My student actually read this and said that love is a ripe plum, and when you take something that is sweet too much, it might make you sick. So to her, she read it as love, if taken too much, can cause illness. And both of these themes are actually correct. Okay, now let's move on to example number 2. This one is really a very short poem um, by Ezra Pound. Let's read it. In a station of a metro, the apparition of this face is in the crowd, petals on a wet, black bow. Definitely, this is about society, men and society. We got that from the mention of station, the mention of metro. So the first thing that we kind of get from this, and what it is saying about society, is that um, from a vantage point, right? No matter how many people are, it seems that within society, humans are small. Humans are small in society, right? They're nothing but petals. Petals that occupy very little space in the course of the universe. That's a that's one way of reading it. But also another way of reading it, a more positive way of reading it, is that although people might be walking about in a mechanized way, perhaps, it seems like the poet, by giving us the image of the petals in a black bow, in a wet black bow, seems to allude to nature, right? It seems that human society seems to be part of society still. No matter how mechanized we may be, systematized, we remain a part of nature. And that's a good thought, right? All right. So that is theme, and that is how you identify it. I owe my thanks to these references. So please do check out these references, these websites, and the two poets, Langston Yu and Ezra Pound, and read their works because their works are great. All right. And to know more about literary devices, visit this website. Okay, so that's our theme. Poetry. All right, that is how you identify poetry. All right, so you have to identify the specific idea that the writer, the poet, wants to convey in the poetry. All right, it's not enough to just identify the very general notions, abstract notions like love, courage, or death. You have to be able to pinpoint exactly the opinion of the writer about that specific idea or about that specific abstract notion. All right. Um, my name is Herbal Santiago. I'm a writer. I'm a teacher. I run this website. So if you wanna read my own work, please visit herbalsantiagomanunulat.wordpress.com. That's it for today. Have a great day ahead of you. This is Miss Herbal Santiago. Oh, if you want to learn more, please click the subscribe button and click the bell button so you will be notified of the next video lessons that I'm going to upload. That's it. Till then, have a great day. Bye.